and welcome to my channel. This is a video that I never expected I will film, ever. I've always been too embarrassed and ashamed to let everyone know about my acne story. It was the phase of my life where I felt that I was at my worst, having bad acne for 10 straight years. However, this was one of the very reasons that God allowed me to be closer to Him in such a way I will never experience if I did not go through this, making it my acne testimony. I was 10 years old when I started having acne. It was also the year I became interested in joining modeling and commercial castings. Seeing the girls beautiful in magazines, I thought, I want to be just like her. Or I also thought that I want to be seen in this magazine page. And as I was starting out with modeling, my acne slowly got worse. The over-the-counter products do not seem to work for me. And I found myself praying, asking God from time to time to help heal my acne because it was so itchy and it looked so bad. I remember I was in my second year high school when I went to my first dermatologist visit. I could not contain it anymore because the pimples were spreading all over my face, mostly in my forehead and my nose. And a week after my first derma visit, my skin got better. The acne and scars all wiped out for good. And this I experienced for 2 years straight. And within those years, I used the same set of medicines from my first derma visit. Those days, I can clearly remember how high my self-confidence was. I kept joining auditions for modeling, trying to make my dream come true. I then reached to a point where I was almost too confident of myself. And I never thought about praying about my acne anymore since I thought it was all gone for good. Little did I know that after those 2 years of self-esteem, my acne got even worse than how it was the first time. I then asked my mom to allow me to visit another good dermatologist. I prayed to God that the doctor will be able to heal my acne. I told the doctor that I wanted my skin to clear up fast because I am attending a lot of parties that time, so I wanted my skin to look clear. The doctor prescribed an oral medicine for acne for only 3 months straight, and after that, my skin never looked that clear than ever before. People thought I have a makeup on even though I don't have anything applied on. And I thought to myself, this was the skin that I have been dreaming of. I've never felt such joy seeing my skin this clear. Like I can just go out and not think about how I will look. With this, I continued joining modeling and commercial castings. Not too much, but I really make it to a point that I can join whenever there is an opportunity to, thinking that I can try again because I have a clear skin again. However, the joyful feeling of having this clear skin did not last long. I can clearly remember how I only had totally clear skin for only 8 months after drinking the tablet for acne. And you will never imagine what happened next. The effect of the medicine suddenly died. And I had the worst experience, the worst acne experience of my life. Worst to the point that I do not know anymore how to heal it. I tried too much over-the-counter products, read a lot of articles, tried a lot of acne advice both from YouTube and online and from people close to me, but nothing seems to work. And my face just got worse and worse. It then came to a point that I refrained from seeing anyone. Like I just wanted to stay at home. Every time I finished school, I was just so down and insecure about how I looked. I counted. I have around 100 plus pimples on my face and I'm not even kidding. Yes, it happened to me. I went through this experience for almost around 2 years of my life, but I have been having acne for 10 years or more. But this phase was the worst. I remember how tears kept falling from my face every time I looked at myself in the mirror. I have been always rejected in auditions, in the castings that I joined, and I thought, I guess how I concealed my face was not enough. Guess how my face looked like was not enough. Because no matter how much foundation or concealer I put on my face, the bumps and scars are still visible. It was too much to conceal because it was just that bad. For those who know me so well, you know how bad it was. And there were days that I never even wanted to remember that this happened to me because it hurts. Having a lot of people laugh at you, telling how cakey your makeup is, or having strangers tell how ugly you look, telling so much bad things about your face, all coming from strangers and people that I know. And there, my confidence level went mega down. And whenever I wake up in the morning and before sleeping at night, I have to wash my face. And whenever I do my best to avoid looking at the mirror, scared that there might be a new pimple popping out again from my face. This whole experience then led me to pray every day. I've never prayed this hard in my entire life. Praying about a specific concern, pleading to God to help take my pimples away. And as I prayed, nothing seems to be happening. My skin only just kept getting worse day by day, and I lost hope. Not sure if my acne will heal or be here in my face forever, but I did not stop praying. As the months went by, I then found my comfort in God, by Him leading me to read more about His truths concerning a woman's beauty and where true joy lies. I love how God allowed me to learn that time things that I wouldn't learn if it were not because of this. There is surely less chance of me wanting to read devotional books concerning true beauty if this did not happen. I am also touched how God comforted me through family and friends who understood my journey and stood beside me. They also prayed with me. They knew how hard it was for me. Sometimes I would get little love notes from some of my family members or my friends regarding this concern of mine because they can see how deeply it has affected me. I then started to accept the journey that I am at, embracing the flaw and imperfection I have, living the best out of who I am. I started to embrace and love myself despite the bad skin condition I had. Although I have never yet discovered what product can help heal my acne those days, I became contented in God. My confidence was secure in Him, and I am happy how He comforts me with His love, His word, and placing people around me who loves me truly. 2.5 years after that experience, one day, my grandmother suddenly shared to me a skincare product that was newly released in the market. Those days, I was not even expecting anymore for my skin to heal because I thought there was no choice anymore and I just have to live with it. She told me that she heard about this product while she was driving. I never expected that the very product that my grandmother heard advertising in our local radio station is the only solution to my acne. By the way, this product costs only less than 100 pesos. It's less than $2. I'll talk more about this product in another video. Guess what? 2 weeks after using this product, all my acne was surprisingly gone. I look at my old devotion notebooks to check what I wrote concerning beauty that I still have with me and what I learned throughout this journey. At first, I thought that it was really bad, going through the worst acne breakout of my life because I felt that it hindered my dreams of becoming a model. It killed my confidence, thinking I will never win the contest or auditions because so many girls are way better and more beautiful. And God placed a thought in me that it does not matter if people do not approve of you, and what matters most is how God sees you. Because if we're always concerned of how people think of us, how they see us, we would end up wanting to please people and not Him. I like this verse from Galatians chapter 1 verse 10 where it says, "Obviously, I'm not trying to win the approval of people, but of God. If pleasing people were my goal, I would not be Christ's servant." I also learned from this experience how prayer is a powerful weapon against anything. No matter how you feel or whatever you are going through, nobody can control you in what you want to pray and talk to God about. Although prayer is not answered the way that we always want them to be answered, it can remind you of how powerful God is and reminds you how faithful He stays true to His promise no matter how long the journey may take. As for me, it took a while for me to fully discover what truly heals my acne. It took time, it took days, it took years, months. I also realized that do not only pray when the season is tough, also always pray even when the season feels enough. I like this Bible verse about God's promise. It says in James chapter 5 verse 16 that the prayer of a righteous person is powerful and effective. The next thing I learned from this journey is that God's surprises and blessings comes the least you expect them. God knows when your character and your heart is ready for the things that He has in store for you. And whatever His will is, may it be about acne or not, it will be done in His perfect timing. I saw this quote from my notebook. It says, "I know this pain won't last forever because I choose to put my trust in your goodness and presence." A Bible verse related to this can be found in Psalms chapter 34 verse 18. It says that the Lord is close to the brokenhearted. He rescues those whose spirits are crushed. And next, no matter what season you are in, embrace the journey because no one will ever get to experience the same experiences that you will have or will ever have in life. You will meet people who have the similar experience as you, but it will never come to a point that you have the exact same trials throughout your whole life. So embrace it and learn to live from it and always stay positive, thinking, what can I learn new about this? We are put in this season to learn something new. So I suggest that you open your heart and mind and God's guidance and teaching, no matter what the lesson may be, and always stay positive. I learned a lot about God, beauty, and also tips on avoiding acne because of this. It's like I wouldn't invest so much time for this if this didn't happen. Because it came to the point that I was eager to want to heal this. And last, when you go through a trial, really learn from it. Like me, my acne went on and off for so many times. I wasn't really hearing God's first lesson for me. I am also not aware of what God wanted me to learn from this trial. Because sometimes the trials in our lives will only repeat if we fail to learn from our lesson. Like as you can see, for me, my acne goes on and off, on and off. It can be because of my daily habits, what I eat, and spiritually speaking, I am also certain that God wanted me to pray even when the season is okay, even when I am okay. These trials will only repeat if we fail to learn our lesson for the first time. Because sometimes we are the ones who make our own mistakes. Make sure that it's not a time wasted to not learn from your experience in trials. And if not, it will only be you who will have a hard time from it. As for me, I did not humble down right away. I still did not pray enough, even when God helped me to make my acne gone. I also prayed selfishly, asking for what I want, not asking what God wants. What God wants for me to learn. Or what should I be doing? Should it be really modeling? And right now, I can say that it's not for me. And I wasn't aware of asking what He wanted me to learn from it. I'd like to close this video with what I wrote from the Daniel 14-day plan by Pastor Rick Warren. He said, "What motivates you to get healthy? Many other motivations are equally valid and lead to numerous rewards for pursuing health. God gives you all these incentives to get healthy. He also has one more He would like you to consider. Do it for Him." It's a great energizer if you decide all the work of getting healthy is ultimately not for anyone but the Lord. That's a motivation that can help you move through whatever setbacks come your way. As the Apostle Paul said in 1 Corinthians chapter 10 verse 31, "So whatever you eat, drink, or whatever you do it all for the glory of God." I am moved whenever I read something concerning doing things for God. I cannot even imagine before how I could honor God with what I eat, with how I look. I just want to share with you that I told myself, if my acne is already clear, I wouldn't want to remember this phase of my life and I just want to forget it. But then things turn out the way I didn't expect them to. I had the desire to want to share with people about this journey. And I want to let you know that if you are experiencing the same thing, or if you have experienced this in the past, know that you are not alone. A lot of us have went through this, but you don't have to lose the battle. You can win the battle even though you still have a lot of acne or scars on your face. You are beautiful the way God made you, and always strive to learn how to love and accept who you truly are in God's eyes. Thank you very much for watching this. I look forward to seeing you in my other videos. I am going to share more about acne or whatever God leads me to this channel. Thank you and bye-bye!